What's this? Someone dead?
Now, Kate, it's good news. Your brother is coming home. Isn't that wonderful?
You mean little brother Luke sends a telegram to announce the end of his shift at the factory?
Now, you know I mean Jude. My goodness, Luke has been home since 44 after he was wounded. And the good people in the army let him come home because I already had 2 sons serving and, well, your father had already died. Now I'll have all my boys home safe.
Wounded? Luke? You call that buckshot he got in the ass wounded?
You all served with honor, and I am proud of you.
All to my simple-minded, patriotic mother. What's in the telegram? It don't look like something from the army.
Well, darling, it's right there to read, and you can still read, thank the good Lord.
Yeah, I can still read. Maybe they'll hire me over at the Western Union to deliver singing and dancing telegrams. You know, Martha, we could buy a telephone. Then we wouldn't have to read anything.
Who on earth would we call? Anyway, a telegram is kind of a keepsake when it's good news. I don't like the other kind. When you boys were away, why, just the thought of one of those that made me shiver. Did you sleep okay?
Yeah, I slept fine until that police siren and alarm clock you had blasted. Why do you need an alarm clock anyway? It's not like you're going anywhere.
I'm sorry. I'll put it under my pillow and muffle the sound. Your brother Jude is bringing home his bride.
Do we know the lucky girl?
Oh, she's a very nice girl. She's from Maplewood across town.
Maplewood? That's practically Tobacco Road. Nothing good comes from Maplewood. Even with that, those girls over there are stuck up, like they've got gold buried between their legs. The kind who'll say no to a dozen roses, even though she's never seen a rose in her whole stinking life.
Roses? What on earth are you talking about? And that's not very nice language, Kate. She's going to be your sister, Olivia. Olivia Bennett. I mean, now she's Olivia Stockard.
Olivia Bennett?
Yes, dear. Do you know her?
How could I? How did this happen? How did Jude meet her?
Oh, they met at the sweet shop over in Waverly when Jude was on leave. They've been writing letters back and forth for quite some time. I guess they decided to get married when the war was over.
So you knew this whole time? Why the big secret?
No secret. I didn't know their plans.
Luke, no?
I don't know. But I'm sure he'll be very happy for his big brother.
We should all be happy for big brother Jude. So where do the newlyweds go from here? To Maplewood to breathe in the coal dust?
No, dear. Your brother is bringing his wife to live home with us. Well, just until he gets a job. Jude is thinking of going to a trade school, and it's paid for by Uncle Sam himself. The GI Bill of Rights, it's called. You know, dear, maybe you could look into that, too. I'm sure there are plenty of good careers for you. Even Luke is going to night school. I mean, it's a wonderful system. It's like a gift from our country.
A gift? Martha? Don't you think the tuition's a little high for some? You think I'm one of the lucky ones, don't you? Just this here I gone in a permanent gift.
Yes, I do think you're lucky, but I'm the lucky one. I've got all my sons home safe.
Lucky you. So what do you think I should do now? Become the one-eyed president of a paperclip factory?
You can do anything you set your mind to. Luke is taking business courses. He wants to get a job in a bank. Oh, won't he look handsome in a 3-piece suit? And well, you, Kate, and it'll be nice to have a girl around the house, like having a daughter.
Where are they going to sleep?
Well, I thought that you and Luke could share his room, and then Jude and Olivia can have yours.
Why don't they go live with her family?
Well, Jude wants to stay home with us, and from what I understand, life is difficult for Olivia living at home.
Yeah? Why was that?
Oh, it's her father. He drinks. Probably can't control himself.
So Olivia Bennett became Olivia Stockard to escape her mean drunk of a father, huh?
They fell in love, like young people do.
What about you, Mama? Did you fall in love? Oh, you fell, all right. Fell into a trap with a big bad wolf, didn't he?
I won't let you talk about your father like that. He was a good man.
Oh, when was he a good man? Between slaps? Or is he a saint now that he's dead?
He had problems, demons. He's with the Lord now.
If I had my way, I would have sent him to the Lord a long time ago.
The Lord takes us in his time.
Then he would have been early. He could have waited in line. Maybe he'd get extra points for being there when his name was called, but at least we'd have been rid of him.
I will not let you talk about your father like that. You don't know what he had to go through. I have to get the room ready for Jude and Olivia.
Get the room ready for what? What's wrong with it?
Oh, nothing, dear. Just sweep the floor, wash the window, change the linens. Oh, I bought them new pillows. Oh, gosh, I hope she likes Goose.
She'll love you!
Oh, I am so happy. Welcome. Oh, my. Oh, you are so pretty. Jude, my son. Oh, you're a very lucky man.
Oh, I am lucky, Mama. Oh, it's great to be home, I can tell you. I never thought I'd get out of Okinawa. And the malaria. I think the fever was worse than being shot. I was out of it for days. But here I am with the most beautiful bride and the greatest mother in the world.
Malaria is an awful thing. It can do terrible things to a man.
It's so nice of you, Mrs. Stockard.
Oh, please call me mother or mama.
Thank you. It's so nice of you, Mother Stockard, to let us stay here. I promise not to be too much trouble.
What do you mean trouble? Mama's thrilled to have you here. Oh, my little brothers Kate and Luke, they'll love their new sister. Besides, this is my house too, which means it's your house. Right, Mama?
Of course. You and Jude can sleep in Kate's room. He'll share with Luke. Oh, and I have so many things to do around here. It'll just be like having a daughter.
I'm happy to help. So very happy.
Okay, this is your new sister, Olivia.
So, I hear you're gonna sleep in my room.
Kate, you look great, my man. Say, thanks for giving up your room for us. I promise it won't be for too long. Looking into a job in Alaska. Good money.
Alaska? I finally have all my boys home, and now you're going to go up to Alaska? Why, this poor girl will freeze.
Don't worry, Mama. If I get the job, it'll only be for a couple of months. And Olivia will stay here. That'll save us money. And when I get back, we'll get our own place.
Oh, that's different, and we'll love having Olivia here.
Here, Olivia! So, what are you going to do in Alaska? Work as a one-armed snow bandit?
My arm is going to heal. I just need to keep it wrapped for a while. It's temporary.
Oh, yeah, I keep my eye wrapped too, but it's permanent.
What lovely roses. Here, let me put them in water for you. Think you can keep them in your room. Won't that be nice?
It's a good idea, Mama. You wake up to them.
Oh, they are lovely, aren't they? My bridal bouquet and my favorite flower.
Mine too. I believe there's nothing more beautiful than a red rose.
Next to you two, those roses look like weeds.
Your favorite flower?
Why, yes, they're beautiful.
Hey, what woman doesn't like roses?
Just depends on who's doing the giving, I suppose.
So, Jude, tell us all about your job in Alaska. I thought you were going to go back to school.
Well, I'll never have full use of my arm, so I'll be a driver, pickups and deliveries, that sort of thing. They're doing some building up there, and this army buddy of mine told me to give him a call as soon as the arm heals.
You know, son, the government will pay for your schooling if you wanted to do something else.
Sure, that sounds great, Mama, but it takes so many years. Olivia and I want to have a family, have a home. Isn't that right, sweetheart?
Yes. I love children.
I hope the Lord blesses you with many children. I'm all ready to be a grandmother. Oh, what joy.
So let me get this straight. You and your bride here are gonna stay in my room. Then you go to Alaska, save up a thimble full of dough, come back here, you move out and get your own place, have those grandbabies our dear Martha is so happy about. And then live on what? You think you'll get another job with that bum arm?
Yes, Kate, I'm sure I can provide for Olivia and for my future family. Besides, I get a couple of bucks every month from Uncle Sam because of the injury.
Your injury? No, I'm pretty sure I get more than you. Can't live on that. Maybe you'll live on love and red roses.
You know, Kate, it wouldn't hurt for you to get out of the house for a while every day. It would be good for Mama, too.
You mean good for her if I got lost?
That's not what I meant, and you know it. I mean, we can all pitch in, like a family.
Jude, darling, maybe we can go live with my cousin in Elkville. I don't want to cause anyone trouble.
How can you cause anyone trouble? This is my house, too.
No trouble at all. We're happy to have you.
One big happy family. And when little brother Luke comes home, it will all be swell. And Martha here, our beloved mother, is cooking a pot roast, or at least that's what it smells like, stinking up the whole house. No eye, but my nose works fine. Luke! Hey!
Oh, that's my youngest, Luke.
Oh, great.
Are we forgetting someone, big brother?
Never. Luke, this is my bride, Olivia.
Olivia, welcome to the Stockard family. Mama's a great cook.
Well, that's not all it's cooking.
Oh, hey, Kate, like giving you any trouble? I know when it rains, my backside's the first to know.
Well, your ass may know when it rains, but I can tell when there's a tornado coming. Getting straight for this house. It ain't raining, in case you hadn't noticed.
Let's all sit. Dinner will be ready soon.
I'll help set the table.
No, Jude. Mother Stockard will help.
Oh, thank you, dear.
So, when did you tie the knot?
In Waverly. That's where we met.
Why didn't you call first? I would have stood up for you.
Oh, that would have been great, but Waverly's between here and the train. Olivia met me at the train station and off we went. Got married on the way home.
I'm sure Reverend Holden will be disappointed he wasn't the one to preside over the ceremony. And a wedding with strangers, you should have a real wedding. Right, Mama?
That's a wonderful idea. Oh, I'll bake a cake. I'll invite Cousin Lily and
Thank you,
Sally.
Mama. Olivia and I love you for wanting to do that for us, but we're already married. We'll invite the family for Thanksgiving, the whole gang. We can show off my new bride.
That's a better idea. The whole family.
What the hell is this? Shakespeare's sonnets? Do we have a poet in the house?
It's my book. I'm taking a couple of literature and poetry classes at Rogers College.
I didn't know anybody actually studied poetry. Seems like that kind of blubber should just come naturally.
Don't talk to your brother like that. Business courses. I thought you were taking business courses, not books and poetry. Can you earn doing that? I mean, will you be able to make a living?
I don't see myself as a business type of mom. That's something that would suit you. Kay, too.
We've already been over that this morning. Just leave me alone.
Yes, I think I can earn. As a teacher of the classics.
What's a classic?
Books and poetry, other great writing that lasts forever. Some of the greatest sonnets, that's a kind of poem, are in that book that you're holding, written by the great William Shakespeare. I'll give you an example. Open the book to page 15.
Yeah? So what?
It ends with, yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee. And then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings that I should scorn to change my state with kings.
Wow, Luke, that was beautiful. What does it mean?
Yes, beautiful. What does it mean?
It's about a man who, whenever he thinks things aren't going so well for him, he remembers the woman that he loves. And remembers that he has more riches than crowned kings.
I know just how he feels.
You think that's what it means. Who knows what it really means?
Well, nobody really. That's the ongoing debate. Art and literature are subjective, seen through many eyes, all with different opinions. But that's the fun of teaching it.
Yeah, well, that and a buck will get you a ticket on the B&O.
You're too cynical, Kate. You need to think more like an optimist who sees his life as a glass half full. You see it as half empty.
I don't even use a glass. But you're right. It is half empty. Time for another.
Did you like the poem, dear?
Oh, yes, I love poetry. We studied some in high school. Not Shakespeare, but I do remember a poem. Part of a poem. It was written by Elizabeth.
Barrett Browning?
Yes, that's it.
Even her name has poetry in it. What poem do you remember?
Oh, I'd be embarrassed. It's only 1 or 2
Oh,
lines.
go ahead, darling. This is fun.
I remember, I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life, and if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
Why, Martha, you sly creature, where did that come from?
I don't know where I got that from. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Isn't it silly, the things we remember?
It's not silly, Mama. Say, that was pretty good.
It was lovely, but let's not talk about death. Let's enjoy happy times together.
Happy
family
family
times.
It just means that their love is everlasting. But there's all kinds of poems, and some tell stories, some...
There once was a man from Nantucket. He got his foot stuck in a bucket. He pulled and he pushed, gasped, groaned, and shushed. Then he pulled for his gun and said,
That's enough! I won't have that kind of language around our mother or my wife. Go to your room and get as drunk as you want.
My room? Now, I don't have a room anymore. It's now the bridal suite.
Oh, I have an idea. I'll bet you didn't have a wedding dance.
No, Mama, we didn't.
Well, you'll have one now with words that rhyme just like Luke's poetry.
It's not Luke's poetry. He stole it.
What do we dance to? What music?
The song that Father and I danced to.
Oh, Christ.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
My brother had a dance with your new sister. And if you behave yourself, you can have a turn too. And we'll have a toast to our good fortune. Mom always has some apple cider on hand. Come on, Olivia, sing us another verse.
Keep the love like glowing in your eyes, so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with. How is it possible to love a stranger?
Only the heart knows that.
This cannot be. This will not be.
It is sealed. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
Good morning, Kate. I didn't hear you come in.
Where's your husband? Still waiting to hear from that army buddy of his? Out buying long johns from the Alaska job?
Jude's expecting news any day now, and his arm's doing so much better.
Oh, yeah. It's been over a month.
Luke was able to get him some shifts down at the factory. He's doing some light cleanup work, separating faulty parts, something like that.
Wasn't that nice of little brother? Faulty parts. Sounds naughty. So how do you like my room?
It's very comfortable, thank you. And I'm sorry to put you out. It won't be for long.
Did you ever think I slept in that bed? Even with Martha's new sheets and goosey pillows. Do you ever smell me? My smell all mingled in with yours and Judy's.
No. No, I don't ever. It's a bed. It's just like any other place to sleep.
Sleep? Oh, if that's so, Brother Jude has some pumpkin parts.
We're saving money. I took a part-time job at the A&P to help out, and when Jude gets back from the Alaska job, we'll really be okay. We'll move out and you can have your room back.
You'd save a lot more money if your devoted husband would quit buying these roses. They won't pay the rent. I thought you were going to keep them in the bedroom anyway.
Jude.
So nice to wake up to.
Jude didn't buy the roses. I mean, they're not like roses. I don't know where they came from.
What's this, Martha? More good news? Did you win the Irish sweepstakes? Well, that would be a nice keepsake, huh? And it rhymes. A keepsake from the sweepstake.
Is everything all right, dear? Kate?
I'm fine.
Martha, what we have here is a mystery.
What do you mean, a mystery?
How come there's new roses every week? Now, Olivia says they aren't hers, that Jude didn't buy them for her.
Of course, the roses, of course they're Olivia's roses. They're my roses too. They're for all of us to enjoy. Yes, I've been buying them. I bought them to pretty up the house.
You've been wasting money on flowers? Why don't you give the happy couple the money so they can get the hell out of here?
Mother Stockard.
Mother Stockard, what is this, a convent?
It's for respect. Is there anything else I can do?
No, dear. Oh, if you have any clothing that needs to be washed, I'll take it.
Oh, that's right, sister-in-law. Wouldn't want to be caught in an accident wearing dirty drawers.
I'll get the laundry, Mother Stockard.
Don't let your brother hear you talk like that.
If you wanted to dance, you could have just asked. We never did have that wedding dance.
Now, Kate, I wish you would be kinder to Olivia. And please, darling, how about a little bit more food and a bit less beer?
What else, Martha? Send a cable to my rich Uncle Sam and tell him I'm ready for his GI Bill?
Well, that would make me very happy, too. And how about a little talk with Reverend Holden? Tell him what's troubling you.
Jesus Christ.
Now, don't blaspheme.
Tell me, Martha, do you get a kickback for every soul you save? I wonder if it's your own soul you're so worried about. Racking up the good deeds to show on Judgment Day.
That is not Christian talk, and I won't be a part of it.
Washy, 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 rinsey, rinsey, rinsey. Up to your nose, smells like a rose. Washy, washy, washy. And you thought Luke was a poet.
Oh, Jude, you look like you've had a good day.
It's always a good day when I get to see your face, Mama. And this beauty.
What?
Your wife. Oh, I wanted to tell you. I found this fine little house just past the Norris farm. Nothing too fancy, but big enough to start a family.
Oh, that's wonderful. When I heard that you were going to Alaska, I thought you might buy an igloo or something, and we'd never see the two of you again.
Not a chance, Mama. I want to live with my bride right here in Richmond.
Come live with me and be my love, and I will all the pleasures prove. And so on, and I will make thee beds of roses.
Good evening! I thought I'd take Martha up on her invite for dinner with the family.
The Lord does work his ways.
Luke, who wrote that?
What, more talk of poetry?
Christopher Marlowe. You know, Jude, I could probably get you an extra shift or two at the factory. They'd be at night, though. Graveyard shift.
Oh, what a dreadful name. Graveyard. Sounds so lonely.
There's other men working the shift. It won't be lonely. That might be for you, though, Olivia. The two of you should talk it over.
Yeah, Miss Olivia. Talk it over with your husband. Sounds a little too convenient, Luke, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't know what you mean. You're drunk.
Never mind. Tell us more about your poetry class. You seem to enjoy it, and you remember all those words. You'll make a fine teacher of the classics.
Blackbirds are black, roses are red. Better for you if Jude here were dead.
You may leave this table. What do you mean by that? You are not funny, Kate Aronson.
I was just trying to follow in little brother's footsteps with the poetry. After all, aren't we all taking turns?
That's not poetry. What did you mean I'd be better off dead?
Nothing. Nothing. Just seems to me that sometimes, even with one eye, I see better than the lot of you. Hey, Martha, quit buying roses. I'm sure your big, strong working sons could use a steak every once in a while.
Oh, let him go.
Mama, I don't know how you can stand it. He rambles on, I swear. What do you mean I'd be better off dead?
He's just mad at the world. I'll have a talk with him tomorrow.
No, please, don't. Jude, we should keep the roses in our room.
Good idea, dear.
What does he have against roses, anyway?
It must be great having the whole family home again.
Yes, yes it is, Reverend.
Reverend? We go back a long time, Martha. Why the Reverend all of a sudden?
Oh, you're right. How silly of me, Michael. We were all kids in the last war, remember? The war to end all wars. It was hard, but much harder for you men on the front.
Well, bless you, Martha. You know, you were the only one who kept writing to us boys. It kept us strong. That meant a lot.
But you didn't all come home.
Speaking of Lucas now. Yeah, that was a tough blow for Jeremiah, losing a brother like that. Tough for the whole family. But I know it pleased him you named Luke after his brother.
Did it?
Now, let's not speak of those times now. You called me Reverend Holden for a reason. Is this an official cup of coffee? Is everything all right?
I don't know. I might be overreacting, but it's Cade.
Oh,
His drinking is out of control. He's lashing out at his brothers. And there's no good way to explain it. He's just downright mean to Olivia.
well, he's angry. At himself, really. It's his injuries.
But I tell him he's fortunate. He can still see, he can still walk.
Yes, but next to his brothers. And Jude has a wife now? He probably thinks he can't find a wife, especially with those injuries.
You think that's why he's so cruel to Jude and Olivia?
Yes, yes, plain old-fashioned jealousy. Time will heal him.
He's out there. Go talk to him.
Morning, Kate.
With respect to you, Rev, and whoever it is you work for, this is my mother's idea.
Don't worry, I get paid whether we talk or not.
Yeah, but you're on the pay later plan, right?
It's called faith.
That's what my mother keeps telling me.
Maybe we can take the religion out of it for a moment. Sometimes it's good just to talk to somebody. Life can be pretty tough, huh?
Again, with respect to you, I can't imagine life getting tough for you.
Everybody has problems. For me, I try to have faith.
That word again.
I said try. Sometimes it's a struggle, just like everybody else. We all struggle.
Oh, here it comes. The sermon, the lecture.
You know, Kate, I wasn't always a minister.
Really? Did you struggle with the demon rum? Jilted by a beautiful girl?
What are you struggling with? I mean, besides your war injuries.
Nice talking to you!
I'm sorry, that was insensitive of me. You know, your mother's coffee's good, but it could use a little punch.
Pour away, Rev.
I said a little punch, not a knockout. Cheers. Cade, do you want to talk about what happened to you in France during the war?
No.
Okay. Can I tell you about my war experience?
Sure, it's your time and your booze.
It's taken me a long time to talk about it. When I came home from the war, everything had changed. The whole world was different. The returning servicemen found it difficult to adjust. Then came Prohibition, and those of us who wanted or needed a drink, we had to break the law to get one, or brew it ourselves.
My father did that. He had a still in the cellar.
Yes, I know. I used to throw back a few with Jeremiah myself.
I didn't know you knew my father. How could you be friends with a man like that?
Okay, not everything's so black and white. You know about Othello,
What?
Shakespeare's Othello. He was very much in love with his wife, but he was driven by jealousy. A man named Iago put lies about her virtue in his head, and he killed her.
Was she really innocent?
Yes, she was. See, sometimes we take our anger out on the wrong person, the people closest to us.
I'm not close to anyone.
Your mother loves you.
Maybe I'm like my father.
You don't have to be. In time, you'll see
Oh,
that
what? He'll find a girl?
it's possible. Give yourself a chance.
I thought I had a chance.
A chance at what? A girl?
There's always a girl, Rev. There's always a girl.
Well, it might be a struggle, but I think we can make it. With your shifts at the market and deducting what we give Mama every week, and add to that my extra nights at the factory. It looks good, honey. Real good.
When do you think we can move into the house?
Well, I had a talk with old man Davis. He was very kind. He said he'd hold the house for us with a small deposit.
Did you give him the deposit?
Not yet, darling. We just came from there. My, you are anxious to move, aren't you? I'll stop by before going to work tonight.
Did he say how long he'd hold the house for us with a deposit?
I think what you mean is when can we move in? And I think we can move in as soon as I get back from Alaska.
When is that?
I leave in a week. I already told him down at the factory I should be back in 2 months, no longer.
I didn't know you were leaving next week.
I guess I got so excited looking at the house and doing the figuring, I just forgot.
Huh.
It's okay, Olivia. Darling. Right? This is what we've been working so hard for. I'm gonna miss you so much. As soon as I get there, I'll write you with the address, and we can write every day, just like it was when I was in the Army.
You'll never be a famous artist, but oh, it's so nice. Oh, is that the bedroom? I know just what I'll do with it.
Whatever you like, I like. As long as you're in the bedroom, in my bed, with me. I love you, Olivia.
True.
This touching scene needs roses, don't you think? Maybe a violin. Heck, maybe little brother Luke will join in with his poetry. I tell you to get a room, but you already have mine, so
Not for long. If I had my way, we
Jude,
could leave
let's
right
just go to
now.
our room. I mean Kate's room. Let's just get up.
Hey, you forgot the roses!
Bastard, I could just...
Jude, I don't think I can stay here while you're away.
I know.
No, you don't. Just listen. Jude, when I was about 15, Kate happened to see me in Maplewood. He asked me out on a date. There were some kids standing nearby. I tried to tell him I was too young, that Paul would never allow it. I don't know, maybe a month later, he was waiting outside my school. He was dressed real nice. He had a big bouquet of red roses. There were some kids standing nearby again, and Well, I tried to be quiet about it. I tried to tell him again that I was too young, that Pa would never allow it. He got so mad, he turned bright red, brighter than the roses, and he threw them at me and ran off, and I haven't seen him since we came back from our wedding.
You mean to tell me that all this time my brother has been jealous? Well, that makes sense, and who can blame him? You hurt his ever-loving pride, poor SOB.
I don't think it's that simple. I don't trust him. That's why I think it's best that I go stay with my cousin while you're away. I can still take the bus twice a week and help.
Listen to me. Just stay out of his way. Luke will help.
I ask that I may stay with my cousin while you're away in Alaska.
If it means that much to you, I'll think about it.
Oh, hey, don't you look nice? Would you like something to eat? We've got plenty.
No thanks, Martha.
Some coffee, a piece of cake.
Nothing, Martha.
We were just talking about what a good cook Olivia is.
Yeah, I'll bet she can cook up a storm.
Well, you poor people stateside had food rations, while us blue bloods in the service had the luxury of sea rations.
What's that?
Food in cans. That's the sea.
Yeah. And what about D rations?
Dessert.
Kind of. A chocolate bar.
What's the D stand for?
I think it's because we needed a drill to cut it.
Well, they could have used every letter in the alphabet, but it was all S rations.
S?
Shit, Martha, shit.
Well, that's all over now, and we're sure glad to have you boys home again to enjoy nice family cooked meals without rations.
Praise God.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Did you see much action?
Oh, as much as anybody. I was in the 86th Infantry. I was lucky. A shell whizzed right past my head like a curveball. Like something turned it away to keep it from hitting me.
The hand of God.
Cade, please.
It's all right, Martha. Could be, Cade. I'm still here. Sorry, Martha.
That's a very nice pin you're wearing. Looks like a man's tie clip. I notice you wear it all the time. You must be very fond of it.
I am.
Are you all right, Mama?
Yes, dear.
You said you were in the 86th. Wasn't Uncle Lucas in the same infantry?
Yes, he was.
Uncle Lucas was our father's brother. He died in the war. Luke is named after him.
It was common to name a child after fallen hero of the family.
I'm so glad I made it.
Martha, what are you doing here?
I had to see you, Lucas. Lucas.
Promise not to see each other again. We cannot hurt Jeremiah.
I couldn't let you go without saying goodbye.
It's not goodbye. I'll be coming home. But when I do, I'll move to another town. Please go.
Please, let me stay until the train leaves.
Please, this is hard enough without seeing your beautiful face fade away as the train leaves.
Please, please.
All right, Martha.
I love you, Lucas, no matter what happens.
I love you, Martha. God help me.
What are you doing? What is this?
It's my military tie clip. Keep it for me. And remember the words of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death.
Please do not talk of death. I won't hear of it.
War brings death. But there's one consolation.
What is that?
They say this will be the war to end all wars. No man will ever have to fight ever again.
Come home. Please come home.
Tell me, what songs did you boys listen to during the war? I mean, to keep up your morale. We had George M. Cohan's Over There.
We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
I don't know much about songs, but we had great little numbers named Grable and Hayward.
We had a song for sweethearts, too. Till We Meet Again.
Oh, Mama, you taught me that song. There's a song in the land of the lily, sweetheart has heard with a sigh. Over high garden walls, this sweet echo falls, as a soldier boy whispers goodbye.
Bravo.
that's enough reminiscing, don't you think? We were here to wish Jude good luck with his new job in Alaska, so here goes.
To Jude.
To my husband.
To my son.
To this.
That was such fun the other night, don't you think?
Yeah. It's all up front, you know. Join me?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Suit yourself. Tell me, Rev, what did you mean the other day when you said you weren't always a minister?
What did you think I was like St. Paul and then redeemed by God himself?
No. But there's always a story. And nobody just decides to become a priest.
I'm not a priest. I took no vow of celibacy.
Does that mean you have a girl?
No, it means I can marry. You know that.
And why aren't you married? Well, I told you, there's always a girl. Did you ever tell her?
No, I didn't.
Well, there's plenty of other fish in the sea.
That's interesting coming from you.
What do you mean?
I guess we never think of swimming outside of our small pond. I mean, nobody I know ever looked for a bride anywhere else. We just stick close to home. But Kate, look around. There's a whole world out there. I mean, look at Jude. He's going to Alaska.
Yeah, but his bride is in Richmond. Did you notice that Martha got real quiet the other night?
Yeah, Martha gets pretty sentimental when the talk turns to war.
Is that all it is? I live in a house. Martha thinks it's a home. It's just a box with a roof. And in that box are people. Just people. Martha thinks the Bible is the bulldog cement that will keep us together.
What about you, Kate?
You wouldn't understand.
Try me. I'm here to help. Is it Olivia?
What the hell do you mean by that?
I'm sorry, I just thought maybe there was something between you two before she met you.
There's nothing between us. There was never anything. You've got the wrong brother. Going on a picnic?
I'm going to work. My shift starts in an hour.
So late. What, did you and hubby sleep in?
My husband left for work at 6 a.m. I'm on the afternoon shift today.
Work. No play?
Please leave me alone. Jude and I will be leaving when he gets back from Alaska. Let's all just try and get along until then, for Mother Stocker's sake.
Let's all try and get along. Tell me, Olivia Bennett, do you remember me?
Yes, Kate, I remember you.
And with all the hush-hush going on around here, I thought maybe you forgot. What makes you remember me? Is it the roses?
It was a long time ago.
Not that long.
I was too young. I was so young, I didn't mean to hurt you. But we're family now. I'm your brother's wife. What did you mean by hush-hush?
Mysterious roses, hands touching, secret stares. Sounds to me like there's love in the air, and it stinks worse than Martha's cooking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, of course you do. I'm never that drunk. Luke?
What about Luke?
Never mind. What's that Martha so fond of preaching? The truth will out?
Look, I need to get ready for work. Can we just forget about the past?
No, I can't.
You'll meet someone. I'm sure of it. Maybe if you looked into getting a job, you seem to have so much free time on your hands.
Everyone's pushing me to get a goddamn job. Now you too?
I'm sorry.
Forget it. Time on my hands, huh? You know what I sometimes do with my time and my hands? I go into my room, my room, where you sleep with my brother, and I smell your pillow. Oh, I know which pillow you use. It smells of you, the way you smell right now. And I rub the pillow on my body and imagine how it could be. You know what I can't figure? How you could marry that milksop of a brother of mine. I suppose that was...
Jude is a good man. He's kind and we love each other.
Oh, love. Now you hit on something. Love.
Love.
Imagine a young man in love, so in love that he spends his nights shoveling shit in a stable every night for 2 months just to save enough money to buy a girl roses. And for what? To be laughed at in front of a bunch of high school kids? Humiliated like a fool?
I'm sorry.
When the war came, I dumped at the chance to get out of here. Away from any chance of ever seeing you again. Only the army wasn't nice to me either, Olivia. Those bombs. The Germans kept at it all night and all day. The rain and thunder. I dug into the trenches with my bare hands clawing like a rat. Things I did would make the devil puke. I can't even stand the sound of an alarm clock. Martha thinks I'm lucky. Lucky would have been coming home with 2 eyes and 2 good legs. With you waiting for me.
I'm so sorry.
Here we are. You're sleeping in my bed with my brother.
Jude and I are married.
I realize that, but what about Luke?
What do you mean, what about Luke?
I see you two looking at each other like there's nobody else in the world.
That's not true. I am faithful.
Who do you think you're fooling? Married to one brother, in love with another. There's a brother left over.
Kate.
What
Kate.
are we going to do about it?
Stop. Stop!
Olivia, Jude, Luke, Kate, what on earth? Olivia, my dear, I just got home and I found this. Are you all right? You look like you haven't slept.
I was making a sandwich. I slipped and fell. I hurt my wrist.
How did the roses end up on the floor?
I don't know, maybe when I turned to leave, my dress got caught on the tablecloth and...
Let me see your wrist. Maybe I should put a bandage around that. It looks like it might be sprained.
I think I need to go lie down before I go to work.
Oh, you're not going to work, dear? You take care of that wrist. Go up to bed. I'll bring you something to eat and a glass of tea, and you'll be okay in a little while.
What happened to Olivia?
How the hell should I know?
Why is your cane in here on the floor?
I forgot where I left it. Drunk, you know.
Luke, go to work. Your brother was working the night shift again. If you run into your brother in the factory, don't tell him anything about Olivia. No need to worry him. And you, help me tidy up here. Put these roses back in the vase or throw them out. I don't care.
Can't sleep? Something to eat? I won't ask what happened, Olivia, but I know you didn't fall making a ham sandwich.
I'm being driven mad. I shouldn't have said that. Jude's leaving in the morning, and I'm going to my cousin's. Jude's not for it, but I will make him see
Olivia,
that
I couldn't bear it.
I must go.
I've been barely able to breathe, wanting you, knowing it's wrong. I've allowed my roses to be my declaration without words, hoping that you would touch them, love them, by doing so loving me.
Your roses. We all thought Mother Stockard was buying them. Why would she say that? I love you, Luke. But we're in trouble. This isn't holy.
I will answer for this on Judgment Day, but I damn the devil to hell and I defy all of the saints in heaven. I love you.
Mama Olivia said I'm going to Elkville. When I leave in the morning, she's going too. Why does she want to leave?
I don't know, dear. Maybe Kate is getting under her skin. You know, Papa is a drinker. Maybe she doesn't like to be reminded.
You're probably right, but Luke's been nice to her.
Oh, Luke is very fond of Olivia.
That's putting it mildly.
You're a disgrace. I don't know how Luke can stand to stay in the same room as you.
Oh, I'm sure he'd prefer your room without you.
You stink, brother. How can you stand yourself? Wash your mouth with something other than beer or brandy. Get a job. Any job. And Kate, let go. You hold on to that childhood rejection. My wife was a young girl. Can you be so jealous of our happiness? If you weren't so angry, so bitter, you'd find a nice girl of your own. Maybe you don't want a nice girl. Why, the thought of your filthy hands on my Olivia, it makes me sick.
I can tell you things that would cause a murder.
Murder? What kind of talk is this between brothers? Jude, please. Kate, sit down. Give me your hand. Let's pray together.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Martha. Isn't it written in the good book that there are none so blind as those who will not see? There are blind people in this house, Martha. Blind people.
I'm leaving for Alaska in the morning. I can now understand why Olivia wouldn't want to stay here. You can have your precious room back!
Oh, Martha, don't worry about changing the sheets on my account.
You watch your step while I'm gone. I'm gonna ask Luke to watch out for Olivia. I don't trust you.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that. I'm sure he'd even supply the roses.
We are going to have a nice supper here tonight, and we'll all feel better. Kate, you will behave yourself.
Go to hell, Martha! And to hell with Jude, and to hell with Olivia and little brother Luke, who are already on that road.
Mama, you didn't have to buy more roses. Here, dear. Keep it. Remember, there are those here who love you.
I'll come visit. I promise. I'll wait outside.
I'm gonna miss you. Jude, you will write, won't you?
Is Kate here? I don't want to see him this morning.
No, I haven't seen him since last night.
Good. And Luke? I at least want to say goodbye to Luke.
Luke left early.
So it's just us, Mama. Take care of yourself.
I'll be all right, if you just write.
Yet love, mere love, is beautiful indeed and worthy of exception. What wrong can the bitter earth do to us that we should not long be here contented? From Mrs. Browning to you, my darling.
I don't think Mrs. Browning ever slept with her husband's brother.
When Jude comes back from Alaska, we'll tell him. We'll tell him the truth. We'll go away.
How can I hurt him? How can you hurt him, your own brother?
Whatever sin we're guilty of is already done, whether Jude knows it or not.
Jude is a good man. I love him and I won't hurt him.
I know you love him. I love him too. He's my brother. Olivia, I think you love him like a brother too. It's not like the way we feel for each other.
And what about Mother Stockard? It'll break her heart, and there's Cade too. He's insane. God knows what he'd do if he ever found out about us.
It's not insane, it was the war. We can't let each other go. We can't.
We have to end it. Now listen to me. You must swear to me that you will keep this promise.
What promise?
That we'll never let this happen again.
I will not swear. I will not be a hypocrite. I love you.
Jude is working hard to build a life for us, to have children and a family and all the things that Mother Stockard prays for. She deserves a happy family. I won't do this. Jude and I will move into the house. We'll come on Sundays and you will honor me as your brother's wife.
I'll go away. I'll be the one to leave.
You can't do that. Your mother needs you. I should be the one to leave. I came here as Jude's wife. I came to be a part of this family, but I brought trouble.
You brought love.
On the morning that Jude left for Alaska, there were roses on the table. He gave me one. A single red rose to take with me to remind me that there are always people here who love me. I still have the rose. I'll put it in the book you gave me on a different page.
Yes, I know the page. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better
after death.
Olivia, I don't want to wait until we die.
Oh, Jude, let me look at you. Oh, you lost weight. I'll bet they didn't feed you the whole time you were in Alaska. Oh, we missed your son. And shame on you for not writing to me but a few times. Thank heaven that Olivia came to see us and shared her letters with us.
They wanted me to stay longer. I could get a permanent job up there.
Oh, no. First the war, and now Alaska. Too much time away from home.
Don't worry, Mama. I'm not going to take them up on the offer. It sure is beautiful country up there. Anyway, tomorrow morning, I'm going to go close the house deal with Mr. Davis. Olivia and I can move in anytime.
Oh, that's wonderful. And I'll help you, dear. I have such nice things up in the attic.
Oh,
won't this be fun?
Don't wear yourself out, Mother Stockard. I haven't been much help to you.
Oh, yes, you have, dear. Taking that bus every week in this heat, that would wear anybody out. But you do look a little tired.
It must be the heat.
Where's Kate?
I don't know. I've looked all over town for him. I haven't seen him since the night that it rained so hard. You remember that night, Olivia? The One thunder and the lightning scared me out of bed. I went to look for him. You know how loud noises scare him. I went into the kitchen to get a cup of tea, but I changed my mind. I prayed that he'll come home and walk in that door free of his demons and to tell me he has a job.
The prodigal son.
Yes, praise God.
Mama, the Lord works in his way, and he's worked a miracle for us. Olivia's gonna have a baby.
Oh, how wonderful! Oh, we'll have to add baby furniture to that new house. Oh, and I still have your cradle up in the attic.
Mama, you got the cradle?
Oh, yes, and lots of other baby things, too. You know how I like keepsakes. I'm very sentimental about my boys. Oh, Kate! You're home! How are you? Where have you been?
To hell! Martha, to hell.
Well, you're home now. That's all that matters. And look, Jude and Olivia are home, too. We'll have a nice breakfast together. That is, if Olivia is able to eat breakfast.
Why not? Afraid she'll get fat.
If you must know, Olivia's gonna have a baby.
Congratulations! She's having a goddamn baby! I saw them. I saw them, do you hear? I saw them! You're a fool, Jude. She doesn't love you.
Stop this right now! You're jealous. And you've been jealous ever since I brought Olivia home. She didn't want you. She was a kid. Let it go.
You're right, brother. She didn't want me. She was a kid. Well, she's not a kid anymore. But with this eye and this bum leg, she'll never want me. No one will. But she doesn't want you either. You should have stayed in Alaska to make it easier on the lovebirds.
What are you talking about?
It's not your baby.
Kate, your brother just came home and you're already starting a fight.
He's talking crazy. His brain is soaked with liquor.
Okay! I am a drunk. A one-eyed slob of a gimp drunk. But what am I not? A liar. I'm not a liar.
What are you talking about? Of course you're not a liar. I don't raise liars.
No chips off the old block, eh, Martha? Lies! You know what I mean?
Kate, wait. You must understand, your mother was young. There was the war. They meant no harm. They were in love. We mustn't condemn. Luke is still your brother, even though Lucas was his father.
Oh, stop, please! Oh, my God!
Mama, what's he talking about?
Wait, what? I thought you were talking about Lucas.
No!
More lies, more secrets?
Somebody tell me what's going on
So
here.
seems the Reverend in just in time to spill some beans about Martha. But he needs to sprinkle some holy water on those beans to justify yet another family lie.
Martha, I'm so sorry.
It doesn't matter now.
Oh, we'll see what matters. You see, Rev, I was just telling my brother here a few facts of life. Here, Martha, you like keepsakes? Why don't you tell your firstborn son what's in the letter?
What is that?
Oh, just a report from the Army base hospital where they treated you for malaria. Good people, the U.S. Army. Yes, indeed. They fixed your arm up real good, but you know what they couldn't fix? You know what little army was out of commission?
I've had about all I can stand. Somebody tell me what's going on here. Mama, what is the
You're
letter?
out of firepower, brother. You're shooting blanks.
Kate, please!
Short version, you're sterile.
That's vulgar.
You know what's vulgar, Martha? You are. Do you know where I found this? In your dresser drawer.
What are you doing in my dresser?
Oh, I saw you clever mother hide the letter. I thought to myself, what could be so secret about that letter? Why, Martha loves keepsakes, happy to share them, but not this one, eh, Martha?
If this is true, then...
Catching on?
Mama, you knew about this.
I just wanted to keep peace in my family. When I heard that men who have malaria sometimes can't have children, I wrote to the Army. I signed your name, I asked for your records, I told them that you needed it for your job in Alaska. If it was true about not having children, no one needed to know. No one!
Peace. How? How can there be peace?
To keep the family going, to preserve your dignity, your honor.
Dignity, my honor. That was lost when Olivia betrayed me with my own brother. And you, Mama, you had no right to decide for me. You should have told me the truth. It would have been hard to hear, but at least I wouldn't have been living in the dark like a goddamn fool.
Oh, isn't Isn't that sweet? He's carrying her bag. I wonder what she's carrying for you.
What's going on here?
Hail, hail, hail! The gang's all here. And did you hear? Oh, yes, you heard. Olivia is having a baby. By all accounts, it seems like another immaculate conception. Except Olivia is not so immaculate. Isn't that right, Luke? Where were you two? Out by baby bonnets?
Just saw Olivia walking to the house and I helped her carry it in. What are you trying to say?
A nice cover, Shakespeare, but it's all here in this one simple-looking letter. See, that letter is from the army, and it proves that Jude cannot be the father. And little Miss Olivia wouldn't give me the time of day. She puts up a hell of a fight against
What are you
the sun.
talking about?
I got nowhere. The roses got the worst of it. She found me like a hellcat. So it's you, Luke. It's you. I tried to tell Big Brother I saw you, but he has his pride, and he's blind in both eyes.
Luke. Luke, how could it? You're my brother. And you.
It's true. Olivia and I love each other. She ended it almost as quickly as it began, out of honor for you. I didn't know about the baby. I'm sure Olivia thought it was yours.
Spoken like a true poet.
Mama, why? Why?
I didn't mean any harm. I wanted us to be a family with a baby in the house. When I saw that Luke and Olivia were taken with each other, I prayed.
When you saw they were taken with each other.
I saw them together and I turned a blind eye. I know it's wrong, God forgive me. Yeah, I prayed that a baby would come and no one would know. No one knew about that letter. I should have burned it. You see, the baby would still be a Stockard with the same name. We'd be a family.
Isn't anybody here responsible for their actions?
Please.
Well, that's Martha's story, but it's not the whole story, is it? What about Uncle Lucas?
Lucas and I were in love. I think it drove Jeremiah to drink. Before he left for the last time, we ended it. We promised that we would never see each other when he came home. But he didn't come home. When I got the news that Lucas was dead, I was beside myself with grief because I was carrying his baby. He never knew his son. I confided in Reverend Holden, and we agreed that no one needed to know. You see, after all, the baby would still be a Stockard of the same blood. I wanted more than a tie clip as a keepsake. I wanted.
People are not keepsakes, Martha!
Yes, they are! Look at Luke. So much like Lucas. His last letter to me. These belong to you now.
My darling Martha, I still see your beautiful face as you watched my train leave. It's fixed in my mind forever. Remember that I love you, and remember the words of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. And if God choose, I shall but love thee better after death. I believe that is how it will be for us. Yours in eternity, Lucas.
Oh my God. Mrs. Browning.
I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry you had to carry this burden all of these years, but you're free now. Free to keep your beautiful memories. I love you, Mama.
So that's where he gets his pretty words from. His father. Looks like history repeated itself. And Martha, poet begets poet.
Kate, please, be forgiving.
I don't want forgiveness. I'm a lost cause. But Martha here, innocent Martha, always spouting scripture, just trying to keep peace in the family, pretending to buy roses, allowing adultery to be passed down from father's side. I'm not up on the Bible like you and the good reverend here, but doesn't God frown on these things?
Kate, you talk of adultery, you talk of what happened right here, but what about you?
I take full responsibility. I could blame it on the whiskey, but that won't lie.
My dear, please, there's so much pain, not another word.
That's right. There's room enough in hell for the lot of us.
We'll all answer for our sins, but we're all human. I know the difference between being fond of a man and being so in love that you cannot breathe. Jeremiah had to live with me, a woman with no breath. I endured his abuse because I deserved it. I was an unfaithful wife. Whether or not he knew, I don't know. But he knew I was unhappy and he couldn't do anything about it. I just wanted to keep the name.
No, it was all in vain, Martha. The name is not worth saving.
This is all my fault. But what did you have to gain by destroying your brothers?
I don't know what happens now. I just know that there's a baby to think of.
I wanted a happy home.
Happy home? Is this the happy home you wanted? Martha? All this time I'm working like a mule, and Luke is buying her roses! I don't know which one to kill first, but there's enough bullets here for all of us, and we can all go to hell just like you wanted!
No! Well, I'll answer, but for my part, I am responsible. I understand how Mama felt all those years ago. Love takes your breath away, and it scrambles the senses. I'm guilty. No.
No, Luke. My husband and I have betrayed you. It's true that I love Luke. But no one is to blame but me. Not Kane. Not Mother, not even Luke. I brought shame upon this family and upon myself. I risk being the one to die. Put down the gun. Put down the gun.
Maybe we are all worth killing, but it won't help. Only God can keep accounts of these things.
Leave. No, I can't. No! Do not comfort her! Get out! Both of you.
I'm sorry.
I'm leaving in the morning. I'm going back to Alaska. I can get more work there. There's nothing for me here now.
Your brother is leaving in the morning. He's going to need a proper dinner tonight with his family.